Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are using the Honda NSX on the daily races on Watkins Glen International. I've put a couple of videos in there of the races that I did, and then I have kept it short. I've put little bits in there, show anyone that's new around the track, a little bit around the car, and then we have a victory at the end. So please stay tuned for the victory. A few changes. As you'll notice at the top, I have my road to 50 subs. I'm aiming for 50 subscribers. I currently, of recording this, have 24. So I thank you for all the support. If you can, please hit that like and subscribe to help me reach 50. That would be amazing. I am looking at a few extra bits so that we can go live. So I can do some live races and do some live YouTubing. So here at Watkins Glen, we are bombing around in the Honda NSX. As you'll see, the guy in front who's got a 1 second penalty. On this track, if you are in P11 or P13 start, just watch for when the countdown goes off, because when the countdown goes off, the car levels up and it actually puts you off the track slightly, so you can get a penalty as he's just done. You'll see another example in the next clip of the next race after this one. So we've just come out the pits. This was one again where we just had to pit. Basically, you don't have to actually do anything, you just have to pit. Some absolute craziness in this though. People really, I got the call myself there. But people really do go for that chicane bit there, that, you know, extreme. So I started out okay. I wouldn't say it was amazing. The last set of videos on the last video, the last set of races, knocked me back down to DRD. I've only included a couple of races on this one to keep the video nice and short, but we don't get it in the video, but I am now back to DRC. And I have done some more races which will be coming soon. So, the car, absolutely love this car. Very nimble, very quick. Definitely a good option for this track. I somehow got 2 second penalty. I don't know why I got the extra half a second. But we jump in now on the next one. Again, P9. So where I'm starting there, if you're in P11, it sort of kicks you to the left and can give you a penalty. So I did play quite a lot of this track on just doing laps, basically trying to get a decent time down. I did eventually do an okay time, and that gives me, as you'll see on the end of the video, that gives me a decent start for the next race. For the winning race, should I say, the victory. But yeah, this is probably one of my favourite tracks, guys. This is, you know, this version, the short version, or the long version. There's just something about this track I absolutely love. So you're now joining me on lap 14. Like I say, coming into 15. I have kept these short, guys. Not a lot really happens in these races other than there is an odd bit of naughtiness. Quite a few cheating people in terms of trying to get, you know, shortcuts and things, but you obviously get penalties, so we take no notice. But P7, I know he's got a 0.5 half a second penalty, so if I can sort of stay with him, I'm thinking he gets through that, you know, that sector where he's got to pay back the penalty, and I'm away and can take a P6. So that was my aim, guys. I was impressed how much I adapted, to be honest, to this track. I started learning where I was going wrong. Like I was easing off too much on that corner. In the end, what got me back to DRC is I had a couple of races where I got clean races. I haven't included them just because the video would be endless. I've just put a few in and then built up to the win. And we come through the line with a P6, which I'm happy with. If you've seen my last video, guys, in terms of the livery of the NSX, it was a fantastic video. Fantastic car, absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm starting in P11 now. Watch this. See how the wheel sort of straightens you? If you're not careful, you can go over it and it will give you a penalty. That's what happened on the first guy in the first race. So yeah, as I say, this was a nice and easy one. You just stay on racing hards. You have to go in for the pit, but you don't have to refuel and you don't have to change tyres. It's just a nice simple drive through and out. Bit of naughtiness ahead, which we expect. Yeah, do absolutely love this track, guys. So we're coming out of the pits quite far back, but if you notice, it is only lap 2. I did decide to go for the earlier pit this time, just playing with the strategy, see how it'd work. If you look on the map, there's quite a gaggle of cars. They're all quite close together, so I was trying to sort of break away from that, because I know now I'm with a few cars. I've obviously got the 3-second penalty there. I don't know how, because I have watched the video going in and I don't think I crossed the line at all. But it gave me a 3-second penalty. If you cross the line on the entrance or the exit of the pit, you will get a 3-second penalty. So again, lap 14, 0.5, again, not too sure what that was for. P7 currently, as we come around towards the last lap. And as you can see, guys, at the tyres at the bottom, they are worn, but they're not overly worn. So you catch me now doing my penalty, and luckily for me, the guy behind also had a penalty, which means he didn't go past me, and I could quickly catch back up and get through for a P6. Bit of a mess up on the gearing there. So the yellow line that goes around the pit on entrance and exit, if you cross that, you get a 3-second penalty. So just be careful. I think that's the same on every track though. So there we go, P6, another one down. This one we are P13. As I say, my time was 1:17 something. I think I got it down to 1:15 something eventually, which helped me win a few, not necessarily first, but I got like 3rd, 5th, which bumped me back up to C. Very cautious still on this track with this car and these videos, but by the time I'd raced it, I was pumping out some good lap times. I was really giving it some rally. I mean, I've changed to 5th there, 122 mile an hour. I was hitting the top of that bank at like 128 and then changing to 5th, so I got some real, I was extending them revs out. Anyway, a 9-second gap to the car behind, coming through at P5. I'm not too sure where the incident was, but as I say, I've just added a couple just so you could see I was racing them. And even with quite a bad starting position because of my lap time, I bumped up pretty quick to get some decent results. So here we go again. I think this is the race that gets quite messy with other cars. Switcheroo there, I saw him come bombing on me mirror. Just ease off, let them go, and 9 times out of 10 they'll wreck it for themselves. So yeah, I'm pushing that gear then. See, I was changing into 5th at the top rather than halfway down. Turning on the 3rd, the guy behind hits the barrier and writes himself off. And you get a bit of pushiness now. Lap 5. Penalties all around. P7 currently. But obviously the two ahead have got penalties. And they all come back on. And I just decide to go for the undercut on all of them. Very cautious of that Ferrari there. I didn't want to mess him up and mess myself up, but we go to P4. As we head into lap 6. Now on lap 9. We have pitted. We are P10. That is craziness there by Altor. Please do hit that like and subscribe, guys. Like I said, it does massively help. I am on 24 out of 50 as recording this. I want that 50, guys. If you can help me, if you can hit that like button, massively appreciated. Both of these penalties, so I know that's going to boost me. It is what, 9 coming to 10. So I can create quite a little gap now. All I've got to do is stick with it. And we come through. Not too far behind, but a decent gap behind us. And we come through and take another P6. Which I'm really happy with. That's, exactly what I wanted. Joe Bar team behind me have obviously got the penalty, so they're just dropping. I take it that's a minute for not pitting and 3 seconds for crossing the pitting line, which don't really make sense maybe. So guys, this is the penultimate race. This is where we got a slightly better time, 1:16. I think I did do a faster one after that, but as I said, I only included up to the win. I did get a few thirds and fourths and things and got us back up to DRC, which I have stayed in. But off the mark with P2, I'm thinking, stick with this guy. Too slow, so I'm off. Now I'm thinking, right, I just need that gap. If I can make a decent gap now, I will have a good time slot to pit. Even though I don't have to do anything, I still need the pit because I'll get the penalty. So I'll start building that gap now. Start getting myself into a position where he comes up the side and just clowns himself off the barrier. Idiot. So, coming up towards the end of the first lap, and we're pushing for a second, about a second gap behind us, 0.8 of a second. And all I'm thinking in this, guys, is I'm thinking I need to make sure I've got everything on point. I'm changing gear at the right time, I'm turning at the right time, I'm exiting the right gear. I have no reason to spin, no reason to do anything wrong. I've literally got clean, fresh air, leader of the pack. Let's go. Very wary of that turn though. It seems to you go off a little bit and sometimes it gives you a penalty and you think, nah, no way. And then I've seen people actually go off and drive all the way down it and not get a penalty. So it's just madness. But yeah, lap 2 now. 2-second gap. So we are starting to build it slowly. My main concern was, when do I pit? Do I take the risk and pit early and then end up coming in out of the pit into the pack and then get knocked about and maybe not be able to claim that first place back? Or do I wait a bit and keep building the gap? So I try the latter. I try to get myself to basically stay out, putting down quick laps, but making that gap. So we jump now to lap 10. I'm coming in for the pit. I was only a 3.6 second gap, but I'm thinking I've got to do it now really to give me a couple of laps to catch up, because I'm no doubt coming out a couple of places back. As you'll see, I drop almost immediately, but I do know that a lot of these didn't pit, so they've still got to do their pit window. So we're coming out the pits, guys. We're coming out now in P5, lap 11. I've got to seriously do a bit of catching up, but I am thinking in my head a lot of them cars above me have all got to pit, if not all of them. We've just got to drive sensible. Don't worry about these coming up the side of me. Just let them go, don't get into a battle. Because inevitably, they don't necessarily crash off, but a bit all over the place. Goes wide on this, whereas I prefer to go tight. Give me that anchoring so I can accelerate out. And we're back to P5. He has got the slip, but for some reason doesn't go for it. P1 is now pitting. I absolutely balls up my gears there because I was too busy looking at P1. And I do get a half a second penalty. And I was kind of thinking, you know, oh great, I've thrown it away now. But then I do go through and I'm now P3 and I'm thinking it's only half a second. If I can make that half a second up, that'll be ideal. So jumping to lap 13, we did make the time back up. Herbie was currently P1, was in the pits. So my strategy did work of coming in sort of mid to 3/4 of the race. All we've got to do now for lap 14 and 15 is create a gap. My heart and my anxiety was getting a little bit at this point, because I was thinking, you know, coming up to this chicane, I was thinking, you know, I've got like 1.5 laps to do. All I've got to do is hold it together and I could get the second victory of the channel. Nice through the chicane. Tight in, no braking, just ease off the throttle, let the weight carry you around. Accelerating out. And we've now got less than a second between me and the car behind. Better on that turn, didn't go off this time. And we are coming through to lap 15, the final lap. And we're at 0.7. Coming up to the last, on the last lap. 0.6, you know, I'm wary that he's catching me here. And I'm thinking, just stick with what I know, stick with my corners, stick with my lines. No need to panic or do anything stupid. I'll take P2 if he does catch me. It was kind of maintaining the same sort of gap. Back to the chicane, last time for this race. Nice and smooth through there. No braking, just easing off the throttle. Bumping me back up. 0.8 of a second now. 2 more corners to go. It's round 1. Nice and smooth. He's not that far behind me. But round number 2, he hits the wall there as well. And we're nearly a second difference as we go through and take the second victory for the channel, guys. So, wow, happy with that. As I say, I did do some other races after, but I didn't include them. They were only like second, third, some on 4th and 5th. But we got the victory. That's the second one for the channel. Hopefully a lot more of them to come. Love the car, love the track. Fantastic week on the daily races that was. So, what's new? What's coming? So we've got a few bits. I've got a few bits coming up. I've got more daily races, more liveries, more of the super license videos and things. But all I need you to do, guys, if you like this video, is please hit like, please hit subscribe, please share it out. Your support is much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much for everyone that has subbed. 24 out of 50. I'm looking for 50. Please help me. And until the next one, thank you very much. See you again soon.